So in my update video, or whatever it's called, something to do with my brain, I'm recording 3 videos all together, so I don't actually know what that one's called. But I mentioned a tarot reading, and I mentioned that I would go into it a little bit for anyone who is interested, because it was a very interesting tarot reading. I have never had a professional tarot reading before this one, which was like last week, I do believe. It was at a crafts fair in York, and I left just kind of laughing to myself, being like, one, I did not need that reading because I've already done my own and it keeps telling me the same thing. And 2, it was so ridiculously accurate that I was just sat there being like, maybe I should be listening to what this is saying to me. Like, maybe I should be taking all the signs and taking it all in. I do tarot. There's literally a tarot box there, which is a Buffy the Vampire one, which is so cool. Never seen that before. It was the only one in the shop too. Amazing. Anyway, I do tarot myself, for myself, not anyone else. I'm quite spiritual. Some people may call me a witch. I've called myself that in the past, but I'm not really practicing one, so I wouldn't call myself that. I'm spiritual, right? I do believe in tarot, divination, that kind of thing. So I was like, this would be interesting. Let's have a tarot reading. Never done this before. I find it very interesting to see what this woman has to tell me. Okay, she does it. I, shuffle the cards, do the knock, give the cards back. She goes, do you have any specific questions? And I'm like, okay, about career, because that is something that I'm severely anxious about and worried about. So my career, 222 on the clock. She's like, okay, cool. So she did a spread. I think she called it the horseshoe spread or something. And I was looking at it, and I was literally, as soon as she was taking the cards out, I was just like, they're exactly the same as the ones I always get for myself all the time. Specifically a few cards in there, like, they come out for me every single time. Every time. As soon as she put them down though, she was just like, okay, you need to stop worrying. This is really positive. Everything that you are doing and working for is literally coming for you. But you need to stop worrying. She was like, do you suffer from anxiety? Because I can sense that. I was just like, not only anxiety, but it's one of the things on my list. I was just letting her talk. I didn't really want to give her anything because I don't know if I could trust this woman. I don't know how professional she was. She seemed quite professional. She was like, okay, what you want is actually coming for you. You are going to succeed in what you want to do. You need to stop worrying. It's literally there. Stop worrying. And it's coming fast. What I've always been told by my own tarot readings. Then she was looking at it and being like, you are exhausted though. You're exhausted. There was the 4 of Swords. I can't remember everything, but the 4 of Swords always comes out for me every single time. And in the regular Rider-Waite tarot, there's a guy laid down and there's a sword underneath him, and then there's 3 swords on top, pointing at him, looking like they're gonna just fall on him. And it's basically, you need to rest. But there was that one, and I think the Hermit, which does come out for me quite a bit as well. And she was like, you need to just rest. You need to stop. You need to stop worrying about time, because she was like, you worry about time all the time. I honestly always think that I'm running out of time, and I never can focus on just today. I focus on the thing that I don't want to do in the future. So my days are constantly fueled by this anxiety of, I need to do this in a couple of days or this next week, and I don't want to do this, and I'm running out of time, and I'm gonna have to do it anyway, but I'm running out of time. Time is moving too quickly for me, and I don't want to do it. So she was just like, you're not running out of time. Okay? You're not running out of time. Things are looking up for you. Things are positive, but you need to just rest. Okay? You really need to rest. And I was like, funny she should say that. yeah, I'm literally off work, but funny we should say that. She was asking like, is there anyone around you who's helping you with your finances, anyone who's supporting you? And I was just like, not particularly, to be honest. You never know, a load of people may sign up to my Ko-fi and subscribe to my channel. Those, you guys are helping me just by watching my video, to be fair. Then she was like, you're also giving far too much. You're literally giving so much. She was like, you are here giving all this stuff and everyone else is down here taking everything and not doing anything for you. And I was like, that sounds like my job, not gonna lie. And she was like, is there people around you who are like, or she said there's people around you who are energy vampires. And I was just like, I'm not gonna say on the video, but I was just like, yes. And then she also said something quite interesting about one particular person who is a narcissist and a manipulator and everything, and they are like on you like constantly. She's like, are they barraging you with messages? And I'm like, not in the physical sense, I guess, but if you've watched like my update video, you'll know a little bit about the narcissist in question. And like, I have PTSD though, due to this person. I'm having flashbacks due to this person. I didn't really go into detail for her, but I was like, I'm thinking now, this person nearly took my life, nearly took everything from me, and I'm battling with that now. And it's literally feels like now it's taking everything from me again. I kind of said a little bit about that, and she was like, okay, this person, let them go. And I'm like, I'm trying. She went, you've put everything in place though that you need to do to help you in regards to your mental health. I have an assessment coming up in May though. I have blood tests coming up in a few weeks' time for other things. I've literally taken time off work to try and recuperate. Is it working? But she was like, you've done everything that you can. You need to rest. You need to stop worrying. Everything is okay. And I was just like, cool. Okay. The last thing though about this reading, something very strange happened. So we're in like a room of like stalls and stuff, and she had like a little box for, you know, cones of incense, and you put it in the box and it like, oh. And she had one of those, and she was like, do you mind if I light this? Another lady didn't like it. It was getting on her chest a little bit when I did this. Like, do you mind? I'm like, no, it's fine, you can light it. So she had it. So she was sat obviously where you guys are, but pretend I'm her now and you're me. So she had it like here on the side of the table, and usually incense just goes up and kind of out a little bit and kind of, you know, this kind of thing, and it might, if there's a bit of a breeze, it'll like move and stuff. And as she was talking through things, it came across to me and was like surrounding me and surrounding the table, and she was like, oh, that's kind of getting in your face, isn't it? I'll just move it, because she probably thought, oh, there might be a draft or something. So I'll move it to the other side of the table. And as physics works, this probably shouldn't have happened, the next thing I'm going to say. So she moves it to the other side of the table, and she starts talking again, and then, you know, getting into it again, and the same thing happens. So first it's going this way towards me in the centre, and next time it's going this way towards me in the centre. And there's literally a wall next to me, you know, there's kind of closed in a little bit. And again, it just starts enveloping me. She just stopped and looked at it and she went, does this normally happen to you with incense? I'm like, kind of sometimes. I've never really questioned it though. I've just kind of like gone with it and be like, oh, nice. Because in my brain, I'm like, oh, it's connected to like energy. I'm like, that's not how it works. She was like, I feel like something's trying to purify you. It's trying to purify you. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? That was the tarot reading. I was quite thankful for it. It was weird. And then I started explaining it to my mum and sister outside, and 2 white feathers fell at different points out of nowhere. One of them we all could see, and then another one was like behind us, so only I could see it. If you're not spiritual, you probably, this has all gone over your head. But I am very spiritual, and I was just like, well, someone or something is clearly trying to tell me something, so maybe I should start listening. And that's the video, guys.